I visited Victoria Falls with 2 friends to experience bungee jumping, whitewater rafting on the Zambezi River, and walking with lions. Now, one of these I was too chicken to do, one I probably wouldn't do again if I went back to Victoria Falls, and there was one I literally nearly died doing. So stay watching to find out which one was which. The second leg of our 4-country Southern Africa trip saw us stop in Victoria Falls in Zimbabwe. Now, Victoria Falls is one of the most magnificent and breathtaking waterfalls in the world. It's not only a major tourist attraction, but a popular spot for thrill seekers. And there are tons of activities in and around Victoria Falls, enough to keep most adrenaline junkies satisfied for a trip. Out of the 3 of us, Bobby easily has the most thrill-seeking spirit. But I've taken a few taxi rides in Shanghai, so I'm no stranger to a little risky behavior myself. Over our 3-day stay in Victoria Falls, the main heart-racing activities we took part in were bungee jumping, whitewater rafting, and walking with lions. The Zambezi River is considered one of the most outstanding rivers in the world. It's often ranked among the top 10 whitewater runs in the world, and it's famous for its rough rapid. The Zambezi is locally known as the Slambezi because waves are a common occurrence. If your boat flips over or you just happen to fall in while rafting, well, the idea is you just float along and wait to be rescued. That is, if you don't panic like I did. Our boat went over on a grade 5 rapid. And I did start off being calm at first, but suddenly I just found myself being pulled under over and over and over again, just waves going over my head. And I guess I just don't have good breath control. So I got to a point where I just got pulled under, and I distinctly remember thinking to myself, this is it. If someone doesn't get to me in the next 10, 15 seconds, I'm gonna run out of breath and I'm just gonna gulp in a load of water. I'm telling you, in one sense, I was absolutely petrified. In another, I was strangely calm. But thankfully, a rescue kayak came along, and I'm telling you, I hung onto that thing for dear life. We just came off the whitewater rafting, and we got a flat. So we're just on the roadside, having a few beers, and waiting for the tyre to be changed. I just want to go and lay down and recover. It was such an intense morning. I tell you, once we finished with the rafting and stopped to get a meal of just local beer and chicken, it was probably the best meal I have ever had. Beer tasted so good. And I'm telling you, as dry as that chicken was, it was like the best thing I'd ever eaten in my life. Apparently, bungee jumping out of Lake Victoria is an exhilarating experience. It'll be hard to forget. I wasn't willing to find out, not after nearly losing my life in the Zambezi, so I left this one all to Bobby to try. How are you feeling?
Calm, sir. Look at this. Not so certain. This one? Yeah, I'm okay. A little bit nervous though.
Now the jump is over 100 meters high and operates off Victoria Falls Bridge at the border crossing between Zimbabwe and Zambia. First timers normally do a standard headfirst dive. Of course, Bobby was going to raise the stakes.
Being hung upside down was pretty scary for a little bit.
Yeah?
But yeah, happy I did it. Felt good. 10 out of 10.
When in Africa, one of the most sought-after safari activities is a lion encounter. However, sightings of lions have become rarer in recent years with dwindling population, in part due to poaching and habitat loss. In light of this alarming trend, some organizations have come up with conservation programs like Walking with Lions that aim to raise awareness and hopefully help release more lions back into the wild. I will admit that it was both awe-inspiring and incredibly scary walking so close to these beasts. Just one swipe of the paw and you are dead. Now, this really did feel like the encounter of a lifetime, but one that I probably wouldn't repeat again. Now, this isn't so much because of the dangers of the walk or the lions themselves, but more so because programs like the Walking with Lions are not without controversy, and there just isn't enough evidence yet to date of the effectiveness of the program to release lions back into the wild. But of course, my advice to you would be do your own research, and if you feel comfortable to go along this walk, indeed you will have a fantastic experience. Now, of course, our trip wasn't all about the thrills. My main objective for every country we visit is to take inspiration I can go back to my kitchen with and come up with some interesting recipes. Here in Zimbabwe, it was generally all about meat. from the crock wrap from Sharewater Cafe to the cured game meat from Piranha Steak. But I also got a chance to finally visit somewhere that was a little bit more local with Pride, who was our driver while we stayed at Victoria Falls. Okay, guys, this is my last meal in Zimbabwe, and I finally got somewhere that has local food. I'm here with Pride, who's brought me to this place called the Meat Market and Deli. Can you tell me a little bit about what we're about to eat?
We are eating pork chop.
Now, anyone who's watching my YouTube channel already knows a little bit about fufu, which Nigerians eat. And so the pap is very similar, but this pap is made from maize meal. Okay, let's eat. So,
Okay, so there's a little bit of soup there.
okay.
You can just.
This is a traditional sauce. It tastes quite like a relish the Europeans have.
Yeah.
So you were saying you eat pap almost every day?
Yeah. I wouldn't stay
Okay.
2 days now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Now, lastly, I couldn't make a video about Victoria Falls and not talk about the incredible sight that is the falls themselves. It is the world's largest waterfall. A visit to this falls can be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for someone who is interested in natural scenery and wildlife. The best time to visit the falls is during the rainy seasons, when the level of the water rises and creates an impressive cascade of water that flows over the edge of the falls, creating mist spread in all directions, giving visitors a chance to see one of nature's most incredible natural wonders. Getting a chance to see one of the 7 natural wonders of the world is reason enough to come here. But with the stunning nature and plentiful activities, it makes it a no-brainer to visit Victoria Falls, Zimbabwe if you are planning a trip to Southern Africa.